This is Contractor Sense with Ruth King.
Welcome to Contractor Sense. Here you discover ideas, tactics, news, and information that matters to your contracting business and you. I'm your host, Ruth King. This episode is sponsored by HVAC Trust Books. Go to hvactrustbooks.com to discover how this tool can help you close more sales. Thank you for joining us. Here is how we will help your business and you today. How do you market in uncertain times? My guest today, Ramon Ray, entrepreneur and nationally recognized small business marketing expert, gives you some things that you can implement immediately in your business.
Welcome to all of you. Thank you for investing your valuable time with us. Today we're going to talk about marketing in turbulent times, and I am really thrilled to have Ramon Ray with me. Ramon and I go back, I can't tell you how far back we go back, a long time. Years. And Ramon's an incredibly creative guy. He's an entrepreneur. He's an author. His Smart Hustle Media, he used to have Smart Hustle Magazine, but Smart Hustle is what Ramon is very well known for. He has interviewed all the big guys, Guy Kawasaki. He actually did an interview with Obama in the first Google Hangout. It was actually kind of fun to see all the people that you've actually interviewed over the years, Shark Tank guys and everybody else like that. So from a standpoint of, Ramon's founded 4 companies, he's sold 2. And if you want more information about Ramon, just go to www.ramonray.com. So, and what Ramon said, I couldn't read this, but he likes burned pancakes.
Indeed.
So what is it about burned pancakes that you absolutely like?
I just like the crunch. I guess it's like a sweet potato chip. I'm not sure if I like the high fructose corn syrup drenched on them or the pancakes. I'm not sure which one, but I just like that. Hearing that knife go, it just turns me on. So,
well, all right, let's get down to some serious thing. I'm about this is like words of wisdom, and from your perspective, you've been affected by all this too, right?
Absolutely, Ruth. And I mean, I say that full disclosure because I think that, and you don't believe this, I think, but many people see us who are podcasting, doing video shows on stage and think we're not affected certain things or life sometimes doesn't suck. No, this affects all of us. My revenue, my money dried up within seconds, seeing the different events cancel. That's how I make my living. One big portion of my revenue is flying around and educating audiences. So yes, Ruth, dried up. I've been greatly affected and I've had to change, like probably everybody watching this and listening to our voice today. So it was scary, but after a while it wasn't so scary.
Yeah, I mean, I look at it, you know how to hustle smart, so you need to hustle.
Yes, this is the time for that, for sure. If you can't, game was over.
Well, the reality of the situation is that, we didn't see this coming. Nobody saw it coming. And whoever said it, you may know who said this, but it's not the smart or the biggest who survive. It's those who can adapt the best. Do you remember who said that? It was either Patton or somebody.
Yeah, or Churchill or one of those famous smart people.
Yeah. And it's true. I mean, you don't have to be the smartest. You don't have to be the biggest, but you have to be the most adaptable to change to really and truly survive this.
Correct.
I mean,
correct. And full disclosure, not disclosure, but full kudos, whatever you can get, help me figure out the right word, Ruth, but I just want to call out those whose business have had to shut down. There's millions, whatever the number of businesses that are just finished, done, maybe our friends and family out of work. What do they do? So I just want to shout out, I'm blessed that I can continue and do some things, Ruth, and maybe others here, but to those of you who life has just really hit you dead in the chest, I want to acknowledge you. And that I know it's really tough for some people, or you've had a loved one. But those of us who can thrive, who can hustle smart, we can do it.
Yeah. It's almost like hitting between the eyes and somebody going, okay, this is over. What's next? Sometimes the what's next is hard.
That is correct. And I think that's where, I think it's a mental game, Ruth. I study quite a lot of our special warfare ladies and men, a lot of Navy SEALs. I do a lot of research, and that's just one example. I was looking at a YouTube video, and the gentleman who was speaking, the guy who happened to shoot Osama bin Laden, he was just saying, when you wake up in the morning, you can decide to pick up whatever that thing is that you put down the night before, or leave it. So I know it's easier said than done, as you said, Ruth, but that's one thing I try to do. This didn't work. This failed. I can do nothing about it back there. What can I do going forward? So I think that's an important thing to do for sure for all of us.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Okay, so what are you doing right now? Tell me what you're doing. I mean, you all the speaking that you've done and the educating you've done, being in front of audiences has basically dried up, and it has for me also. So what are you doing now?
Yeah, for me, Ruth, I've had to quickly, I think two things have happened. One, I have been trying to build a community more so and monetize that has been a bit challenging for me and the team. But what has been working is two things. One, many of the brands I'm working with are scrambling fast. How do they just do anything online? And you'd think that all these big brands know how to do it, and they know how technically anybody can get a camera. But to produce it and make it look well and engaging, every brand doesn't do that. You don't want to have, the product marketer who made this pen do a weekly webinar. That's boring. So that's the opportunity I've had and been able to flourish. Hey, Ramon, can you host this? Can you produce that? So that's one. And then two, as you know, Ruth, you've been kind enough to help get the word out. It's only one-time thing, but I think I can do more of it as the online summit. So Thrive and survivesummit.com I'll be producing. So things like that, it's one time that is, but I can see, Ruth, me doing more and more bigger events, not like 100,000 person Beyonce concert. That's not me. But can I get 700 people, 2,000 people to talk about X topic? That I'm getting more into. So I think those are the two things I'm doing: serving the other brands, hiring me to host events and speak and bring the little bit that I can do to add life to it, and then two, producing and hosting my own summits, as it were, as well.
Yeah, we're going to talk about the summit at the end of this, if that's okay with you.
Absolutely, anytime, yeah. But meaning that's what I'm doing is launching my own things. The point is, and working with other brands to do their stuff.
Got it. All right, so I'm going to go through, and let's start going through how to use the media now. I mean, and I look at this, I'm going to talk about traditional media, then we're going to talk about the social media and video and audio and all those sort of fun things. But is the traditional media, from what you're seeing, like the CNNs of the world and the Fox Newses of the world and the ABCs and the NBCs and, the Wall Street journals, are they even paying attention to anything other than the virus?
No, I mean, you can't, hey, we launched a new chapstick line for moms. It's not going to cover. That doesn't mean now you shouldn't produce your own media and things like this. And there's still bloggers. Ruth and I are talking, right? But it's kind of on the occasion of the challenges happening. So yeah, for the broadcast media, Ruth, but this doesn't mean don't try and don't pivot and get them to do other things. I know one journalist that you all know, you may not realize you know her, but her work reaches millions every week. I invited her to attend a Zoom call, meaning I'm in a lot of networking groups, just chilling with people, kind of a little different than this, but networking groups. And I said, why don't you join a call? Don't tell anybody who you are, just join as a guest. She's going to try it. So meaning it's not about me, but that's the way to kind of pitch and get still your brand in the media equation.
Got it. So, at some point in time, I would assume as we start getting through all of this, they'll start going back to, quote unquote, whatever the new normal is. And so we'll be able to talk to them again, correct?
Ruth, I hope, and I think it's still going to be harder because I think for months and months to come, there's going to be an investigation probably on this, political or not. I'm not getting political, but there will be something on that. There's going to be stories on COVID-19. What did we do? There's going to be, logistics today, It's going to go on for a while.
Yeah. And the reality is I think people will start getting sick of it after a while, and they'll realize people are getting sick of it and go back to things that we're interested in again.
That's right. And Ruth, to that point, I'm seeing a lot more brands coming out with just today. I'm not going to mention the brand. They're a good company, but big domain name company. We launched a new free website builder to help companies start. Ruth, they've had the builder 10 years ago, probably. So there's now, I think, 2 or 3 days, shout out to Hello Alice, if I may, the company I'm working with, and they have a great COVID-19 business center. But I think beyond people like that, everybody and their mother is now having a COVID resource. It's too late. Don't try to do that anymore. There's too much out there.
Late. Yeah, it's late from that perspective. All right. So let's talk about video, audio, and social media, because I'm looking at those, probably using them from a social media perspective, and then we're going to get into the live and email after that. So How do we use video now? Can we just do it off of our cell phones? Can we just do it off of something like this? Or, does that make sense? Or reality, where are we with video?
Yeah, I think video is powerful. And since it sounds like you may want tools, I'll just bring out this just to show in real life. I'm not what I say is what I do in real life. So this is just, I'm not selling it, just full disclosure. I don't get money for this. This is a little tripod, and there's thousands of these on Amazon. It just has legs that come out like this. My point being, Ruth, and it's telescoping. What I'm trying to say is this kind of thing, and get a little attachment. It's called like an adapter for your phone. And then it's your phone. Yes. So my answer to you, Ruth, yes, you can just start with your phone and do, hey, my name is Bruce. And the key when Bruce does this, or Catherine or Zach, I would say give a tip. So don't, every day saying, I'm Ruth and I can paint your house, hire me. That gets boring after a while. But
that would be boring in the first day. It's like,
exactly.
What's the benefit of me painting your house?
That's what you want to do. But Ruth saying something like, hey, as you're stuck inside looking maybe how you want to spruce up your house, here's 3 things you can do. Then the next video, as you're, it doesn't have to be on COVID, but you know what I mean. The point is, as you're doing video, it's tips, and tips. That's the name of the game.
I've seen my clients' salespeople struggle when a customer asks why they should use your company rather than the competition when your price is higher and you both are proposing the same equipment. I've seen technicians struggle when customers ask them whether they should replace an 18-year-old air conditioner. And most salespeople and technicians never ask the one question that most customers are concerned about, yet never ask. Can I trust you? I found a tool that gives your salespeople and technicians the ammunition to answer this question and more. And the tool works. How do I know? 68% of my clients are using it to increase sales and referrals. What is it? A trust book with your name on it as the author. More details are at hvactrustbooks.com. Warning, there is only one contractor per area that can get these great books. Some areas are already taken. They've gone to my clients. If you want your area and want to have a tool for your salespeople and technicians to increase referrals and sales, then go to hvactrustbooks.com now and reserve your area.
Eliminate costly warranty leak repair headaches. 3 years ago, Ruth King wrote a leak policy letter for one of her clients who was dealing with huge warranty leak issues. When she gave the letter to technicians and trained them on how to use it, warranty leaks went from 0, that's right, 0. Then, she gave the letter to one of her other clients and any contractor who wanted it. The results? The same, 0 warranty leak repairs. The unexpected benefits? An increase in replacement sales. Ruth shares the letter with anyone and everyone who wants it. So, get your sample leak policy letter for free. No strings, no catches, no guaranteed results. Go to hvacchannel.tv or call us at 877-520-4321. Click on the link in the middle of the homepage to get your free leak policy letter. I hope you experience 0 warranty leak repairs and eliminate a major costly headache.
So you put it on Facebook, or where do you put it?
Yeah, listen, I'm a firm believer, I was going to say put it everywhere, but let me pause on that. Where is your audience at? I personally am not on Pinterest because my people just are not there, and I just haven't been into Pinterest scrolling and looking at stuff. But if your audience is there, our mutual friend Anita Campbell Ruth, she gave one tip and told me that she kind of reminded me on Instagram, there's the links you can't really share unless you're doing an ad. It doesn't drive traffic. But on Pinterest, it does. I was like, that's right. I do want to build my Instagram following, but I'm like, you know what? Instagram, nobody can click anything. So,
I think I'll use Pinterest.
What's that?
I said, I think I'd use Pinterest.
Yeah, exactly. Pinterest, LinkedIn, any of the things, especially for businesses, because we're trying to drive traffic. Usually we want, it's good to build the brand, Ruth, which it's good to build that visibility as I have, but it's good when you want people to click and drive them further to your funnel.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, the really interesting part about it is my brand is more so, even on LinkedIn, more so than it is on Facebook. So, I mean, it's all commercial. It's not residential and not consumer-based. It's all business-based. So I don't really, me personally, full disclosure, I don't use Facebook a lot. My clients use Facebook a lot, but I don't. So, yeah, and you can say the same thing for audio too, right? We can just pick up our little thingy and talk.
Right. Correct. And most phones have a little, like I know the Samsung, I'm sure iPhone has it, a specific voice app where it does pretty good voice recording. You can use your phone. You can upgrade a bit. I have this microphone, which is, I don't know, $100, $150, $50. I don't remember the price, but I think it sounds a bit kind of NPR-ish. Hello, my name is Ramon. I hope it does sound good. So.
Cool. Very good. So, I mean, it take us, we have to practice a little bit, but it will take us a few minutes time. And suppose we start with 10 people and they link it and it goes to 12 the next day and 14 and you're engaging and you can start building an audience that way, correct?
Absolutely. And I think that's the name of the game. I think, Ruth, is that I think for me, there's a lot of complexity to it, but I think a few things. One, building your community. I'm a firm believer, before I make a sale, I want to build a fan base and a community. And I know you have a thriving community, Ruth, as well. So I want to build a community. Then from that community, after people know, like, and trust us, stealing from our friend John Jantz, after they do that, then I have the right to then sell them and drive them in a bit. So for me, that's kind of how I build my business. I'd rather build a community, build trust, get people laughing or crying, whatever your business may be, educating them, and then draw them in. And that's what these tools that you have on the screen, this video, audio, and social. I find social is kind of one foundation of it. Put audio and video on top of it to keep educating, sharing, then drive them further.
Yeah. Or in my case, occasionally I'll go, what do you think? And then I get these raging debates. It's been actually kind of fun to do stuff like that too, because you get totally diverse points of view and you can talk about all the different points of view and go, okay, what do you think? And let them just go think about, all the different things. And that's fun too.
Asking a question is powerful.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So can we still use email marketing? And obviously live events right now is kind of dead, right?
Live events in person is tough, except for the 4 girls I saw yesterday who had backed their cars backwards and raised the hatches or the roofs and sat in the back of the cars and vans and Jeeps they were in and chatted. My wife was kind of perturbed by it. She was like, they're still together. They're going to pass the virus. But I'm like, I get it. They couldn't be home.
They were 6 feet apart, right?
Exactly, as best they could. But for sure, Ruth, live events dead right now. And I don't think it's going to just snap back whenever the president or the government lifts it. It's going to be, what, Ruth, June, July, August? It's going to be a while.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Who knows?
So live events are dead, but email marketing for sure. Ironically, and there's a number of great email providers, whether you're using Infusionsoft, MailChimp, Zoho, Sales, all kind of tools. And I'm sure you talk to your
contact, all of them. Yeah.
Absolutely. But I got an email from my provider saying, Ramon, you're throttled. You're going to be stopped until you do some email cleansing. So email works. Use a good subject line. The content inside is important, and I can dive into that as much as you want me to, Ruth. But what I learned was they said, hey, listen, you need to go back and see who has been unengaged for a year or more, opt them out.
That's right, take them out.
Even who's been unengaged for 6 months or more and give them a chance to be engaged. So I should know this, but I wasn't doing it. So that's a tip I can pass on to your community.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to tell you about one live event that's actually kind of cool. This happened with one of my colleagues in Texas, and Texas Whataburger is a really, really good fast food restaurant. I love going to Whataburger, as you probably do too. And so they were really tired of not being able to communicate and be together. There was a 2-state group that probably 5 or 6 of them got together. And so they all went through the Whataburger drive-through, got whatever they wanted for breakfast, and they sat out in the parking lot in a circle that was, more than 6 feet apart and had their conversation and had a great time, and it was like, we weren't bothering anybody. We were eating our breakfast and we were having a conversation and enjoying each other's company. And so they were abiding by it. There were less than 10 people. They were more than 6 feet apart. And they were having a good time. And I thought that was kind of creative too.
Listen, I love it. I think some people are a little, I respect those who are, no, I don't want to do that. But yeah, Ruth, I may do that. I may get together with a friend or two and just roll our car windows down and eat together and just say hi.
Go through the drive-through and eat.
Yes.
I think that's really kind of cool. So cool. All right. I want to talk, in the time that we've got together, I want to give you a little bit of time to talk about Survive and Thrive Summit. It's April 23rd at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, correct?
Absolutely sure. And the link, people can look at themselves, but if you don't mind, Ruth, just share with how I did it. And if it helps others do something like that, is that okay?
That would be great. Go for it.
So just 2 minutes on it, not promoting it, but what I wanted to share was just how. So to encourage you all who are thinking of things to do, I just put it, and I'll mention some brands, but again, if Ruth has sponsors or anything, then, and I'm not selling it, but just showing how I did it. Good. So lead pages, I built the landing page, and you guys can see it when you go there. Then I used Eventbrite, integrated Eventbrite into the landing page because I wanted a ticketing system. And there's many ways to do this, ladies and gentlemen. There's thousands of ways. So I'm just giving how I did it. Then I use Zapier to connect that to Infusionsoft. And you can also use Zapier to connect things to Zoom. But the point being, and then I had Canva, and you'll see the images there. Anything that has a typo, It's me. I use Canva, and there's a cool feature, which I won't take the time to do now, but you can really do layering. So I just want to note that word, those who are watching, layering, and that's the event. So my point to encourage you, it's not about the event itself. Please come or not, but just to share with you, I just built it and did it, got friends together, and said, do you want to be a part of it? And here it is. So that's what I want to encourage you.
Yeah, so basically, how long did it take you to put the whole thing together?
It took about 2 days to, of course, just a skeleton, like just to make up and get the idea. And then, of course, days and days confirming and changing and things of that nature. So, but just 2 days, pretty much, going on Canva, getting some images, throwing it up, and correcting typos.
Correcting typos, yeah, that's always so much fun. I hate, we do that all the time. So give us a sense of who's going to be with you and how's it going to work?
Sure, absolutely. I'll know how it's going to work on April 23rd. I'm still building the ship, but the idea is it's going to be a 5+ hour experience, 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. I have brands such as from Dell and Microsoft, AT&T, and Salesforce, and then a number of people, Ruth and I's friends, John Lawson, who's an e-commerce guy, and Barry Maltz, and CEO of FreshBooks is going to be there. Yelp will be there. So it's kind of going to be, I couldn't get everybody in the world, or I'd had a Ruth there, but it's going to get a small business gathering to, Ruth, I wouldn't say celebrate small business. That's too much of a positive word at these hard times, but to embrace, to coalesce, is that an English word? Coalesce together?
Coalesce?
Coalesce. Yeah. To come together. So that's what really the event's about, to talk about, to give tips, practical insights, and to kind of like the Whataburger in the drive-through.
Yeah, you like that.
Small business. Yes.
Well, and you can log on and log off as you see fit, right? You don't have to stay there for all 5 hours.
Correct. I'm working at an app, though, to keep people, once you log on, that it freezes your computer and you can never, no, teasing.
You figure that one out, you let me know, okay?
I will.
Absolutely. Is there any cost to this, or is this free?
No, it's all totally free, completely free. You just log in, sign up, just click in and join and chat with us, comment, heckle, whatever you want to do. It's going to be good.
Yep, that will be cool. And so this is the type of thing that you did to help small businesses in these times on things, the stuff that we're doing today also helps small businesses.
Absolutely.
So the reality of it is, we're all together in a community. And I still would say celebrate small business because, yes, I agree, some of them will go away, but we've all learned a whole lot of lessons from this in terms of survival and things that we need to do to survive. So, all of these things will help us be better, the next time this happens. I'm sure this will happen again. I hope it's not anytime soon, but reality is there will be another pandemic, but hopefully not in my lifetime.
That's true. Yep. And it teaches us, Ruth, I think the aspect of, we, again, I'm saying, when I say friend of Ruth and I have common friends, that's what I'm assuming, but Mike Michalowicz, what he's taught us all in Profit First. So it teaches us, for me, Ruth, I'm the type of person, do I want to have 50,000, 20,000, whatever, just sitting? No, I want to use it today. But in times like this, wow, I wish I had 50,000, whatever number we need for 3-4 months to hold me over. So. Yeah.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I always talk about with small business, and I've been talking about this for years, I'm talking about since the 90s, okay? So I'm really dating myself now, is whenever you get a check in the door, if it's $1,000, you take 1% of that check, which is $10, and you put it in a savings account. And those who have paid attention and done that are okay. Because, as you said, they have the 50, the 100, the whatever to get them through this time period. And the thing that is really hard for some people is when that gets up to 50 or 60 or 70 or 100 or a million, is not to go to the big boys or big girls toy store and spend it. But, it's meant for stuff like this.
Absolutely.
And reality is, if you do that now, you can start doing it now and be prepared so that the next time something, it may not be a pandemic. It may be, a hurricane that just takes out the entire East Coast. Who knows? But there will eventually. Yeah. So who knows? So anyway, all right, Ramon, if they want to get a hold of you, it's www.ramonray.com, correct?
That's it. Anytime I can help, assist. I'm not a consultant or anything like that, but you want to come by and poke fun of me, laugh at some of my videos, all welcome to do so.
All right. Listen, I appreciate your time today, and thank you for sharing your words of wisdom.
Thank you, Ruth, for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all you do.
My pleasure, and thanks to you for all you do. And if you want to get a hold of me, 770-729-8000, Ruth King at hvacchannel.tv, or just go to hvacchannel.tv and you can find me. Thank you so much for investing your valuable time with us. Ramon, thank you again, and take one thing that you learned from today and implement it. Have a great day.
Thank you for joining us. Choose one thing that you discovered and implement it in your business. These ideas, tactics, and strategies help you make more money, have more free time, and give back. If you like today's program, spread the word. Please review this podcast on any device you're listening to it on. Help a fellow contractor make more money, too. For comments or questions, call me at 770-729-0258 or email ruthking at hvacchannel.tv. Thanks for listening. Have a great and profitable day.